Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and today we're talking Game of Thrones. All week long, I'll be participating with Almost Sideways, Matthew Aaronholt, David Gerlach, and Zach Pope in a Game of Thrones week where we share lists of some of our favorite and least favorite things and people in the Game of Thrones universe. All leading up to Sunday's Season 7 season finale. And today, I'm sharing my 5 most underappreciated characters. For the purpose of this ranking, I'm going to qualify underappreciated as both characters that don't get the love they deserve from the fan base and from those who watch the show, as well as from the show writers themselves. They're not given a lot to do, or they're just not given love from the writers. So let's go ahead and kick things off with number 5, and that is Daario Naharis. I know this may seem like a weird choice, but I don't get why so many people just don't like Daario. He has literally done everything he can for Daenerys. He has been a solid, purely loyal hand and warrior for her. Yes, it's because they have a sexual relationship, but I think it's because he genuinely loves Daenerys. And honestly, I would not be mad if she were to end up with Daario, because I think he's good for her and I think they complement each other well. Plus, he's an awesome warrior. He's helped her so much as they went through Dragon's Bay. And I think he's just gone underappreciated in Daenerys' journey by the rest of her team, by Daenerys herself, in honesty, and I think definitely by the fan base. There seems to be a lot of people who just flat out don't like him, and I don't get it. At number 4, we have Lyanna Mormont. This little Mormont girl is so awesome and badass. I think most of the fans just love this little girl because she's awesome, but she's definitely in nobody's favorite list, and the main reason for that, because she doesn't get that much screen time. Every now and then they give her an awesome speech and she supports Jon, but we don't really get to spend any time with her, so I think she's definitely underutilized and underappreciated by the writers of this show, and I hope moving forward as we really get into these battles and we really need to rally the North, she has some sort of role to play, because so far we've just gotten glimpses of greatness, and that's why she made it onto this list. At number 3, I have Greyworm. Greyworm is freaking awesome. The main reason I think he doesn't necessarily resonate with fans all that much is he doesn't have much of his own personality. He is very stoic, he is very much a warrior. But me, being a fan of Daenerys, really appreciate Greyworm for all that he has done, and again, his unwavering loyalty to his queen. And he's just such a strong, wonderful presence. He is a great guy. I love his back and forth with Missandei. And I think the writers don't know what to really do with Greyworm outside of have him fight. So he's always on that periphery. But I love Greyworm. I love him as a character, and I really hope he doesn't die. I'm super nervous, but we'll see. Up until this point, he's definitely been one of those underappreciated characters. At number 2, we have Missandei. So Missandei has gotten more character development, but she still is kind of just there translating a lot of the time. However, I think she is such a warm person, such a genuine, kind, intelligent, beautiful woman, and I think that deserves more appreciation than it gets, both from the fan base and from the writers themselves. She also is unwaveringly loyal, and as a translator, she's second to none. She is amazing in the different languages she knows. Not to mention her translations have uncovered some awesome things, not only for us, the audience, but also the characters within the show. Plus, I love when she gets to joke around with Tyrion or have that fun girl talk with Daenerys. I think she has such glimpses of greatness in her, and I just love whenever Missandei is around. So that's why I think she is way underappreciated by just about everyone. Before I get to my number one pick, let's go through a few honorable mentions. So this time I actually have 7, but that's because 2 of them are lumped together and they're kind of a cheat. And that's going to be Rhaegal and Viserion. I love my dragon babies. I love all 3 of them. But Drogon is the only one who gets any praise, any attention, and any attention from his mama. So shout out to you, Rhaegal and Viserion. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You are wonderful. Sir Davos would have definitely been on this list before this season, but I think he's really kind of broken out, and fans have always loved him, and he's been utilized well, but he's always been like a second-tier player when he could very well be top tier. Ser Jorah is kind of in that same boat where he's helped Dany so much. He's such a great guy, and I think us as fans have always liked Ser Jorah, other than, you know, that whole backstabbing thing. But he definitely deserves to be like in upper levels of love. So he may be a little bit underappreciated, but I think we all do like him. Renly Baratheon is someone that I personally loved. Of course, he added one of the only same-sex storylines to this series, so that was a fun little twist and something different than what the rest of these characters add. But he was fun. He had an amazing personality. He was really loyal to Ned, and so much better than his brother. And I think Stannis gets a lot more love than Renly does, and I just don't get it. Brienne of Tarth is mostly underappreciated, I think, by the screenwriters, because she just is given nothing to do. Ever since she had that wonderful storyline with Jaime, I feel like they just haven't known what to do with Brienne. So I know she has a large contingent of fans, including myself, in the fan base, but she needs more to do, screenwriters. Tormund has been awesome ever since he was introduced. He is like the coolest and best wildling that there was. Again, a little bit underused, and I think a little bit underappreciated by the fans themselves, to be honest, because he is funny, awesome, and badass. So my pick for the most underappreciated character in Game of Thrones is Meera Reed. This was definitely solidified this season with Bran/Three-Eyed Raven's like complete and total dismissal of her. But Meera does not get the recognition she deserves for what she has been able to do, and the fact that she delivered Bran safe. She survived when all these other people didn't, although they worked as a big group. And Hodor definitely deserves a lot of recognition as well. But she literally, like, dragged Bran's body as he just, like, laid there screwing up Hodor's past and took him away from all the Whites, took him away from the White Walkers, protected him. She had to kill her own brother. I mean, this girl has done a lot to ensure Bran's safety and return back to Winterfell. So I think she deserves so much kudos, so much praise, and she definitely doesn't get it from the fan base. I think she's one of those like background characters, but she's so crucial to actually where we are in this story and where we might end up if Bran plays a bigger role. I don't know if we just saw the last of her as she was leaving with her family, which would kind of be a shame to end on that note, but I think she deserves so much more recognition than she gets, because she's a really important character and somebody who was a really wonderful person throughout her entire time on the show. So, those are my picks for the 5 most underappreciated characters in Game of Thrones. Make sure you head over to Almost Sideways, Matthew Aaronholt, Jack Pope, and David Gerlach's channels, as they will also be sharing their most underappreciated character lists. Also, I want to hear from you. Who do you think are underused and underappreciated characters in Game of Thrones? Also, what did you think of the people on my list? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!